Hello YouTube, it's Chris Worden. I'm from First Business Rescue. Welcome to the First Business Rescue YouTube channel. Our channel here is designed to help business owners in the UK understand and navigate their way through UK corporate insolvency. Our aim is to make our videos really easy to understand, to help you understand your position and make sure you don't do anything rash or stupid that might get you in trouble personally when your company becomes insolvent. So today's video is, well, I'm going to answer the question, what is a voluntary liquidation? I'll start, let me just go a step back. If your business has become insolvent, so let's say you can't pay back your bounce back loan, you've got HMRC arrears that you're not going to be able to pay, you might owe some suppliers, or your liabilities are more than your assets, you're classed as insolvent. And as a director, as a responsible director, it's your duty to seek professional insolvency advice at the earliest opportunity. Now, for most directors whose business has become insolvent, one of the options that's likely is something called a voluntary liquidation. Now, the word voluntary is important. You are choosing to place the company into liquidation as per your director's duties. And with a voluntary liquidation, you've got an element of control still. You choose the insolvency practitioner that you want to work with. So you can speak to a few, you can get everything in writing and make the decision based on the information that they give you. Now, a voluntary liquidation is where you decide which insolvency practitioner you're going to use. Remember, make sure you get everything in writing off them before you make any decisions. And you appoint the insolvency practitioner. Now, there's a cost to this, and I've done that in other videos. But when you appoint an insolvency practitioner, the first step is to sign your liquidation papers. And the insolvency practitioner's office will write to your creditors to let them know that you're going to go into voluntary liquidation. So if you owe a bounce back loan or the HMRC, the insolvency practitioner write to these people to let them know that you have an intention to go into liquidation, and they set something called a creditors meeting for about 4 weeks in the future. Now, the creditors meetings are mainly done on the phone nowadays, but at the creditors meeting, you will appoint the insolvency practitioner that you have chosen. And it's at that point that your responsibilities as a director are over, and it's the insolvency practitioner's duty to close that company down. Now, one of the benefits of a voluntary liquidation is from that point, the insolvency practitioner will handle your creditors. They will speak to your creditors. So if the HMRC are chasing you, let's say the bank are chasing you, from that point, it's the insolvency practitioner's role to communicate with that creditor. Now, all unsecured debts in a liquidation are written off. So a bounce back loan will get written off, VAT would get written off, corporation tax will get written off, PAYE will get written off. Remember, it's the company that owes the money and not you personally. Now, if there are any assets in the business, so let's say there's some cash at the bank or there's some vehicles, plant, machinery, stock, it will be the insolvency practitioner's responsibility to sell that and realize some funds, which would go back towards paying your creditors some money. But equally, if there's no money in the till, there's no cash, there's no stock, there's no machinery, the debts get written off and the creditors are actually left with nothing. It happens more often than not. Now, once you're in voluntary liquidation, the insolvency practitioner, now I'm just going to let you know this, sometimes they're called insolvency practitioners. I can call them IPs sometimes, and people go, Chris, what's an IP? It's an insolvency practitioner. And some people may call it a liquidator. They're all the same thing. Insolvency practitioner, IP, and liquidator are the person that's licensed to close the company down. Now, once you're in liquidation, they're going to have a review of the conduct of the director or directors on the 3 years leading up to insolvency. But I think what they're really looking at is the point leading up to liquidation, the point that sort of got you to the insolvent position. They're going to look for things. They're going to look for wrongdoing. They're going to look for transactions, big lumps of money going out of the account, assets being sold under value. And if they find any wrongdoing, they'll take action against you, the director. So it's dead important, if you're considering insolvency advice, you get it early and understand everything up front. And listen, if anybody out there is worried, they're thinking they need to close the company, we offer free and independent advice at First Business Rescue. We are rated excellent on Trustpilot. We've got hundreds of reviews, and we'll help you understand your options in full, up front, no hidden surprises. And if there are problems, we'll let you know on day one and make sure that you're aware of what you're doing. Now, I hope this has been a helpful video. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content. Give us a like, give us a comment, and I wish you all the best. My name's Chris Worden, and I'm from First Business Rescue. Goodbye.